today's briefing. A design flaw in a fast-growing AI integration protocol opens a path to remote code execution. Attackers lean on Microsoft Teams to impersonate help desks. A Vercel breach traces back to a compromised AI tool. A ransomware crew rides a 1,570-node proxy botnet. And a hard truth on why backups alone won't keep your business running. Let's get operational. Across the landscape, patching remains steady. Ransomware pressure persists. Supply chain exposure is a recurring theme, and AI security and policy debates are reshaping governance and controls. First, a critical by-design weakness in the Model Context Protocol raises alarms for the AI supply chain. Researchers report that vulnerable MCP implementations can enable arbitrary command execution on systems running them, creating a potential cascade across tools and environments wired into AI workflows. The significance is twofold. It mixes code execution risk with the rapid adoption of agentic and tool calling patterns, and it highlights how AI plumbing can become a systemic exposure. For defenders, inventory where MCP or similar broker frameworks are in use, constrain tool execution with least privilege and explicit allow lists, isolate agent runtimes, and monitor for unexpected command invocation. Track vendor advisories and apply mitigations as they land, and fold AI integration paths into threat modeling and change control. Next, helpdesk impersonation over Microsoft Teams is on the rise. Adversaries are abusing external Teams collaboration and relying on legitimate admin and lateral movement tools once inside, a continuation of a trend we've been tracking. This matters because chat channels bypass email defenses, blend into normal collaboration, and can rapidly escalate to credential capture and persistence using built-in capabilities. Practical steps include tightening external access policies, requiring strong MFA with number matching or FIDO for any password reset or support interaction, and enforcing out-of-band verification for helpdesk requests. Tune detections for external to internal Teams chats, requesting credentials or MFA approvals. Review OAuth app consent flows, and apply conditional access and device compliance checks before privilege is granted. Third, a breach at Vercel tied to a compromise at context.ai underscores third-party risk in modern SaaS stacks. Vercel disclosed unauthorized access to certain internal systems after an attacker leveraged a compromised third-party AI tool used by an employee, ultimately taking over that employee's Google Workspace account. Headline context indicates exposure of limited customer credentials. The why is straightforward. A single SaaS integration and identity pivot can unlock downstream provider access. Defenders should audit third-party application usage and OAuth scopes, enforce SSO with conditional access, and prune unused integrations. Implement least privilege on SaaS admin roles, monitor for unusual sign-ins and token grants, and include third-party app offboarding in employee lifecycle processes. Vendor risk management isn't paperwork. Require breach reporting, review logging posture, and validate how partners segregate access. Fourth, the gentleman ransomware operation is now leveraging SystemBC, with investigators uncovering a proxy malware botnet of more than 1,570 hosts, believed to be corporate victims. The proxy layer provides cover for command and control and payload delivery, giving affiliates a ready-made network to stage intrusions and speed up hands-on keyboard actions. This matters because proxy botnets erode the value of simple IP reputation, complicate attribution, and can compress dwell time before ransomware deployment. To counter, tighten egress controls and DNS filtering, look for long-lived outbound tunnels and atypical proxy behaviors, and baseline host processes for suspicious proxy or SOX activity. Harden RDP and remote services, patch exposed edge systems, enforce least privilege, and pre-stage ransomware response runbooks with isolation steps that work even if primary management channels are degraded. Finally, the backup myth. Having backups does not guarantee business continuity. Analysis highlights that while backups protect data, they don't keep services running during ransomware or outages. Business continuity and disaster recovery planning is required to meet operational objectives. The implication is clear. Recovery time and recovery point objectives drive resilience, not the mere existence of copies. Defenders should implement layered BCDR, maintain offline and immutable backups, define and test application-level failover, prioritize critical services, and rehearse end-to-end recovery, including identity, networking, and communication paths. Validate that restores are fast enough that you can operate in a degraded mode and that executive and customer communications don't rely on compromised systems. That's the roundup. If this helps you brief your team, share it, subscribe for the next operational update, and drop a comment on which control you're prioritizing this week. Stay vigilant, keep your patch cadence steady, and test your failovers before attackers test them for you.